welcome to another edition of Let's Drive here on the Gordon Graham channel. And today we're going to be test driving and reviewing the new Jeep Avenger, which is the smaller of the SUVs in its class. But there's a twist though, there's a twist. I want to show you a twist. So if I was in South Africa, to get into the driver's side, I would come here and I would open that door and I would go, where's the steering wheel? It's over there. That's right, we are in Greece, we're in Europe, and we're test driving this beautiful Jeep, which was sponsored to me for the week that I'm here. And we're going to be talking about everything this car has to offer, but the European version of it, which is a left-hand drive as they drive on the right-hand side of the road here. Come on, let's go check out what this amazing car has to offer. So if you know me, you know that through my career working in radio, I was sponsored by quite a few car companies. And for a large time, I was sponsored by a group called Daimler Chrysler, which had the Jeep brand as part of its umbrella. I think that has changed since. So for many years, I was sponsored by Ronnie's Motors in East London, South Africa. And they gave me the Jeep Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, Wrangler. There was the new Jeeps that came out, and I drove them for a long time, and I really liked the car. This is the first time driving a Jeep since those days. So it's about 7 or 8 years worth of time since I've driven a Jeep. And this is the new Jeep. It's called the Avenger. And I want to take you through it. Now, it's an interesting episode because it is, in fact, a European car driving in Greece in Europe. So it's not a right-hand drive, it's a left-hand drive, which does change the experience a little bit from a drive point of view, but doesn't change the overall look and feel of the car. So if you are watching this in South Africa, it's not going to change that much, except everything is on the other side. Let's go for a drive. So if you've watched any of my car reviews before, you know I'm not very technically inclined, as in, you know, the power output and the specs and the like, but I do like driving. I mean, I've always enjoyed driving from the moment I was able to learn to drive a car. That was the goal, was to get out and drive. And for me, it's what a car evokes from you emotionally. What do you feel when you drive a car? And there are some brands that we've test driven recently that have brought out that happy feeling. You know, when you drive your car, you look forward to driving your car. The BYDs, for instance, the Geelys were very good. The Isuzus that we drove were really amazing. But every time I've driven a Jeep, I've always enjoyed it because they're very solidly built cars. And they're cars that you can really enjoy driving. When you park the car and you get out, you're almost sad that the drive is over. Jeep is exactly that kind of car to me. To me, Jeep is a car that is fun to drive. As I say, they're very solidly built. I mean, they really are. They're a solid build. It feels well designed, well manufactured, well put together when you drive it. But also, it's a car that makes you happy when you drive it. Now, driving around the streets of Greece, which is pretty narrow, and drivers here in Greece will stop anywhere and park and put their hazards on. So it's a little more, and also driving on, I suppose, on the right-hand side of the road, as a South African, you've got to pay attention. You've got to make sure that you don't go the wrong way around traffic circles. Then you've got to make sure that you keep the car on the right side of the road, literally the right side of the road. So it's a little more of a focus thing. I suppose if I lived here and I drove more often, I'd be more comfortable. But on the whole, this Jeep makes me happy to drive. I like it. So we've come to the cliffs where I did a run a couple of weeks ago when I was here in Greece to do an exterior look at the vehicle, and then we'll drive some more and we'll do an interior look at the vehicle. But let's talk about this incredible car, shall we? It is the Jeep Avenger, which is one of their smaller SUVs. It's a little one. Ground clearance is really good. The car looks really nice. It's a two-tone kind of cream and black, and then there's like a green and black inlay on the top of the car. Which I'll show you in a second, but this is really probably one of the most attractive little mini SUVs. It fits in that mini SUV range. And I was really excited when they phoned me and they said, right, we want to give you a car for a week while you're in Greece, and the guys from Jeep Greece would appreciate it. if you did some social media content and filmed a video. So that's what we're doing. So as I said, today we're doing something a little bit different. Reviewing a Jeep, which is not a car that I've reviewed recently, but we're doing it in Europe on a left-hand drive vehicle here in Greece. I've spent plenty of time driving on the right-hand side of the road, so getting used to sitting on the other side is something that takes a little bit of recalibration. Luckily, the car isn't automatic, so it's not like I'm changing gears with my right hand. It's weird how the sensation of driving on the left-hand side with the steering wheel and then changing gears with the right hand, when you're used to doing it the other way around, it's a little bit of a disconcerting feeling. However, while I don't have a drone with me this time, I think this stunning Greek backdrop, which you see behind me, more than makes up for it. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at the exterior of the Jeep Avenger. Okay, we'll start with that classic Jeep front grille where you've got the indentations here. That's classic. And of course, that nice, bold Jeep logo. And this is quite fun. There's this matte black representation, I would imagine, of Greece. And then you've got that green Avenger sign over there. The exterior of the Jeep can be seen as plenty of character and lots of unmistakable Jeep design cues. The Avenger, as I said, is the smallest SUV in the Jeep range, yet it still carries those unmistakable Jeep feels and vibes about it. Look at those headlights. So it has a proximity key, which is why you've seen the car lock itself now, because I've got farther enough from it. The signature Jeep 7-slot grille, which I've showed you, it's got those chunky wheel arches, which are really amazing. And it gives it a bit of a rugged look that hints at adventure. The car has multiple driving modes, which I'll show you on the inside of the car, where you can choose between driving mode or just put it on auto and let it decide for you. Even if most owners will spend more time exploring the city streets than the mountain trails, the option is there if you want to. Here in Greece, where the roads can range from busy urban streets, which they are in Athens, to winding coastal routes and off-road adventures, the Avenger fits this market pretty well. In a South African context, I think it would as well. So on the front of the car, you got those LEDs, as well as those really nice bright headlights. They are automatically controlled. It is a hybrid SUV, so it is electric and gas powered. It has the regenerative charging, so when you're braking or slowing, the car will recharge the battery. When I got the car yesterday, the battery was on 50%. Driving it around today, it has moved it up to 65%, so 15% charge. This is quite interesting. There's little green inlays here, which matches that kind of look and feel. We were talking about the wheel arches. The ground clearance on the car, even though it's a mini SUV, is pretty high. And of course, you've got that two-tone. I love the two-tone when you've got the white or creamy with the black mirrors and the black roof as well, which kind of accentuates the car's look and feel. Okay, so the Jeep Avenger comes with 3 factory wheel sizes, 16, 17 or 18-inch alloy wheels with the black mag wheels, which is really nice. And if you have a look at the sidewell of the tire, I'm thinking this one is probably the 18-inch alloy, which is really nice. This particular Avenger rides on stylish 18-inch wheels, which give it a compact SUV planted stance and adds to its youthful character. And I certainly do think it's got that. On the sides, you can see your front door handles have the touch entry there, but again, it's proximity, so that will open the car. And yes, the driver's side is on this side. Your rear door doesn't have the standard handle here. It's got the handle there, which we've seen before. And of course, you've got those roof rails that are ready to go. This one does not have a sunroof, but you do get versions with a sunroof and the antenna over there. Coming to this side, this is one of the charging ports. This would be for your petrol. And then, of course, the rear profile of the Jeep, really, really nice. You've got the bit of the spoiler over here with that reverse brake light there so that people can see it nice and clearly. And really nice Jeep-style back lighting with the reverse camera there. Well, so you've got, this is the 4XE, which is really nice. Tow hitch located over there. Or what would you call that? Tow hitch? Not really. That's more like a tow. If you were towing someone else's car, you'd use that. You got your sensors down there as well. Side profile, really, really nice. Again, those beautiful wheels and that black inlay along the bottom there with the Jeep logo in there and the Avenger over there as well. Actually, on the back of the car, it's got that sort of green, which I really like. That green and black goes really well together. Jeep logo over there. Rear window actually has quite a lot of visibility for a compact SUV. Around the front of the car, we've already spoken about the front grille, but your bonnet is plenty big. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, call it 4 hand spaces for a mini SUV. That's a lot packed in there. What's under the hood? We'll go into that in a second, but it is, of course, the petrol motor, which then powers the battery, which then powers the drivetrain. Your engine options under the hood of the Jeep Avenger are the 1.2 litre petrol turbo, 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, 100 horsepower or 74 kilowatts and 205 newton meters of torque. Transmission is a 6-speed manual. The automatic, though, operates slightly differently. It's a 1.2 litre turbocharged 3-cylinder engine with 48 volts mild hybrid assistance. Combined power is 181 horsepower or 81 kilowatts and 205 newton meters of torque. So pretty much the same as the petrol version of this car. 0 to 100 in about 10.9 seconds and about top speed of around about 184 kilometers an hour. There is an electric version of this car, purely electric version, 115 kilowatts of power, 260 newton meters of torque, 54 kilowatt hour battery, and up to 400 kilometers, they say, and 0 to 100 in about 9 seconds. So the electric is slightly faster. The dimensions on the vehicle are length is about 4.08 meters. It's about 1.78 meters wide. Stands high at 1.53 meters high with a boot capacity of 380 liters. I'll have a look at that in a second. But this is the power engine or the power source for the Jeep Avenger. Again, that 1.2 litre turbocharged engine, 3-cylinder, which then powers the battery, which then powers the drivetrain. Okay, so we'll leave the powertrain behind and we'll go to the back of the vehicle. It is a remote gate for the back, which you can either do by pressing the button there, or you can just hit and hold that. And that'll then open up that 380 liters of space with the seats folded up. Obviously, that increases dramatically with the rear seats folding down. And it is, of course, a 60-40 split. Not massively huge inside the boot, but I think it's fairly decent for an SUV or mini SUV. And when you flip those seats down, it does give you a little bit more space. You're not going to be carrying like tons of furniture in there. You've got your power charger there, spare tires in there, and all your accessories included in here as well. So it's a very decent size SUV. And of course, you've got that automatic close of the boot as well, which is pretty nice. So as you can see, I think they designed this with a very youthful flair in mind. I mean, your standard Jeep Cherokee or Grand Cherokee is a more of a mature kind of design style, whereas this one is fun, it's light, it's small, it's nippy, and it's very light on fuel, particularly in the hybrid way of doing things. Let's have a look at the interior of the car, and we'll start at the back of the car, the rear seating. We said your door handle is located here. Nice, hit that open there. And here is your back seats. So you've got that gray and black two-tone seat design with the stitching that runs throughout the vehicle. Your ISOFIX baby connectors are here for the kids chairs. Simple release there to flip that seat down. Your adjustable headrest at the back kind of reminds me of the robots from Star Wars, doesn't it? But plenty soft. Lots of seat space there as well. Decent door panel with a speaker inlay there. Not automatic or windows all the way around, but your driver's side is. And I think maybe your passenger side is as well. We'll check that in a second. Let's hop in. Okay, so I am fairly tall, 1.9 meters as measured the other day. And getting in the back of the car, driver's seat is on the other side, but it is more or less the same position. I mean, it might be slightly more squished if I was in the back. Let's close that door. And here we are in the back seat of the Jeep Avenger, the European version with the left-hand drive steering wheel. Having a look at the seats, very comfortable, very plush. ISOFIX settings or fittings on both sides, left and right, which is pretty nice. Middle seat is a little narrow. Could you fit 3 adults in the back here? You probably could, but I think it'd be quite squished. You could definitely fit 2 adults in the back of this car very comfortably. We have a look. There's no handrails here, which is weird, right? Because I mean they've got them in the front, but they don't have them in the back. But you know, maybe your driver's that good that you won't need them. As we said, that door panel quite nice. This is a bit plasticky for Jeep, but it's still fine though. They're a different tone though, so from there to there it's different. You've got the chrome style door handle, and as I said, you've got that window winder there, which is not automatic, unfortunately, which is a pity. If we have a look on this side, much the same here. Speaker in there, no door bin though. Also, that's something else that quite surprised me. There's no door bin, and there is no center panel here. So if you're sitting in the back and you have a bottle of something, you're going to have to hold it because there is no door bin. Sleeves in the back of the seats, which is fairly normal, and you've got a USB-C port there for charging. On the whole, not too bad. You've got the lighting here for the back of the car, which is okay. Headroom, let's just check. Not bad. I mean, it's okay. I'm quite tall and I don't feel like I'm being cramped in. Not the most comfortable back seating without the door bins or the center console cup holders, but not bad at all. And as I said, that rear visibility is pretty decent. So the back seat of this car, on the whole, acceptable. It's plush, it's very soft, it's comfortable, but for two adults, I definitely wouldn't try to put three adults in the back here. Certainly if you're driving with kids, there's plenty of space here, enough space for the kids, especially with those Isofix baby seat attachments or fittings. They'll be perfectly safe in the back of this car as well. The one thing I do know about Jeep is they have a very good safety rankings. So they rank really high on airbags and safety and the like. Okay, if you know me, you know that I like the cockpit, the driver's side. Let's go and have a look at that. This is where the car gets exciting for me. If any car is going to impress me, it's going to be how it looks and feels on the driver's side. Driver's side door, you've got the window lock there. You've got your four window controls there, as well as your mirrors. You can bring those in or take them out, and then the settings for the mirror there. Again, that chromed handle there. And then, of course, the one thing you've got in the front, which you don't get in the back, is that chrome inlay there, kind of like a darker inlay there with a good sized door bin and a good sized speaker. Jeep logo on that side over there, and again that two tones runs all the way through here, and then traction control, and you can change the height of the lighting beams from there. So I'm in mini SUV, driver's side. I'm pretty comfortable, other than the fact that I'm not used to the driver's side being on this side of the car. But on the whole, I mean, if you were in South Africa, it'd be on that side. It feels nice. The seats are plenty comfortable. If you look at that, I wouldn't say it's not bucket, but it definitely does hug you and give you a nice feeling of being snugly locked into your position and comfortable and safe, which is important. You've also got a speaker inlay on that side over there for the tweeter, and another one over here. One thing Jeep are really good at is their sound systems. They've always been very good at that. Okay, let's close this door. I'm just going to hit the start. It'll pick up the keys in my pocket. I did try and get in it the other day. I started the other day where the key wasn't in my pocket, it was in my backpack, and it was like no key detected. So press the brake, hit the on button. You get this screen to welcome you, and the car will turn on. Okay. Let's talk about the steering wheel. This is classic Jeep. I mean, if you've driven a Jeep before, you know this is absolutely classic Jeep. So you've got that round horn or hooter, as we say in South Africa, with the Jeep logo there. Your adaptive cruise control on this side here with hill assist and limiting. Play and pause over there. And then on this side, you've got your multimedia controls. So you've got your microphone to Hey Siri or whatever. I better not say it too loud, otherwise my phone will respond. Your telephone answering and disconnecting there, volume up and down, as well as your scroll through the menus here. I'll get more into that entertainment section in a while. One of the things that stood out for me about that was when I first got in the car, it was in Greek, and it was all Greek to me. Haha. Let's move from the steering wheel to this side over here. As I said, piano keys, which are then you can control on the entertainment screen as well. But the piano keys, you've got your radio on and off here, your start button over there, your volume control, turn it up, turn it down. This is your temperature up and down. This will do auto air conditioning. So if you pop that on there, it'll judge your ambient temperature and then adjust it for you. Or you can go max, baby. If you're hot like it is in Greece at the moment, it's max. Last time I was in Greece, it was quite cold. Rear dim is to there. The menu for your fan, if I hit that, it's going to bring up that screen there where I can choose where I want the airflow to go. I can also choose the strength of the fan, etc., and the climate control there. It is not dual though, so don't be worried about that. 35 degrees at the moment here in Greece, which is insane. This is your recycle of the air. I always do this because I just think it generally just keeps the car cooler. AC max on over there. You can turn the air off there, and you can also control the fan speed using that button on that side over there. It's hot day today, so I'm going to keep that fan speed going. Your gear selector for the Jeep is not down here. This is your drive mode. I'll show you that in a second, but selecting what gear you want to be in is here. So I'm in park at the moment. Reverse, I press there. Neutral, I press there. Drive, I press there, or double press it for manual, where then I can control the gearing on the paddles on the steering wheel. On the stem, on this side, you've got your lights and your wipers, on this side. So everything to do with cleaning the window, wipers, etc., the speed at which you want to clean them. And on the other side, you've got the stalk with your lights, indicators, etc. So fairly basic. Your dash display is pretty cool. You can adapt this display to a more sort of traditional display with the dial, rev counter and speedometer. I've kept it on here though because it gives me a lot of cool information here as to what the car's doing. So if I'm driving, revving a bit higher, it's going to go into power mode. If I keep it in there, it's in eco mode. And when I start braking or slowing, you'll see that little line will drop into the charge. I'll see if I can do that for you in a bit. Rev counter here. That is the speed of the roads that I'm on. And yes, guys, here in Greece, your average sort of urban road is 30 k's an hour. If you go above that, the car will argue with you. Now, this is 480 kilometers left with petrol and hybrid, and that'll show you the battery percentage, which when I got the car yesterday was at 50%. Now it's 65, and just gives you a little look there as to what's going on there. Let's talk about the entertainment system. Before we get into the entertainment system, this is your drive mode selector. So I'm going to change the selection here, and I want you to watch on the dashboard what it does. So let's go back here. If I hit the button, it's now in sport. I can go sand or mud, and I can go to snow or auto. I've left it on auto so that the car will adjust to where I'm driving and what I'm driving. Entertainment system, okay, we've been in here. We can go to the home button, which is quite easily. Press it there, it'll take you to the home button, and this is where you get into your navigation screen. Here you've got the phone function, so if you want to connect your phone or you want to dial, you just hit there. It should bring up your address book or the like. No favorites selected there. So here you've got the access to Apple CarPlay. Because the menu was in Greek, I first had to find out how to change it to English, and then I could set up the car. It's got its own built-in navigation system there as well, which says privacy, but I'm just using CarPlay, so that's not that important to me. And then your application drawer here, where you've got the ADAS system, which a lot of cars have and not a lot of places use them. CarPlay, climate control, date and time, games. What is games? Look at that. You've got Hangman, Parking Panic, Hex, Sudoku, Trangram, Chen X, Yahtzee. Goodness me. All right, so we've got games on here as well, which is quite fun. You got the Hey Jeep function, media, my devices here as well. And if we scroll up, you've got phone and your general settings. Under general settings, you can customize the car. You can change the display colors, screen color, or the like. You can check your connectivity, my devices, Wi-Fi network. That's why you need that SIM card. And privacy mode. The system is where you change the language. That's what I eventually found out. Change your brightness, your audio settings. You can change your sound settings here, so you can give the car a little bit more dynamic. You can add some bass if you want. Let's add a bit of bass there. Affect the balance and the fader of the car between front and rear, left and right, and the like. Voice assistant you can program here. Vehicle gives you some of the vehicle lighting and some of the stats there. You can update the software on here, and connected services. If you're using any web applications, they'll go there. So let's just go back to the home screen. Yeah, so I mean, pretty much everything you could ask for on this strangely designed, but I found very easily visible entertainment screen. Everything you need right there on the screen for you. Okay guys, out on the road, the Jeep Avenger feels comfortable and easy to drive. The steering is light, visibility is good, compact dimensions make it effortless to maneuver, particularly on the narrow streets here in Athens. Whether you're navigating busy streets or enjoying some scenic coastal rides, the Avenger feels relaxed and gives you a lot of confidence while you're driving it. Yes, driving on the opposite side with the steering wheel on the different side of the road definitely keeps you awake and keeps you focused. What I really like about the Avenger is that it doesn't try to be something it's not. It's practical, stylish, and packed with personality. It's easy to drive, easy to park, and it has just enough Jeep DNA to make you feel like you're a Jeep driver, which, if that's important to you, is something you want to enjoy. Let's take a little drive up the coast, and then I'll give you my final verdict as we enjoy some of the beautiful sea and the scenery on this coastal road just outside of Vouliagmeni here in Greece. As you can see, the speed limit is 30. I'm going 37 down a hill, which I'm really crawling. And if I go any faster, the car will start to moan at me. Watch carefully. Okay, 30 k's an hour. Let's see what happens if I go over 30 k's an hour. You'll see the car will start to moan at me. Any second now. There we go. It's going, hey dude, 30. That's the rule. Greece, they park where they block the road and nobody seems to care. It's crazy. So I reckon the only other way to travel in Greece if you're not in a Jeep is on a powerboat. Look at that. They say that the water in Greece, the sea around Greece, is the bluest in the world, and I can't fault them. Pretty much true. So what's the verdict? The Jeep Avenger proves that good things really do come in small packages. Stylish, practical, and perfectly situated to European roads, and I reckon South African roads as well. Reviewing a left-hand drive example here in Greece has definitely added an extra layer of adventure to this experience. From the stunning scenery to unique driving experience, this has been one memorable review, and I'm so glad I've done it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a like and a subscribe. And of course, if you want to, please share the channel with your friends. We don't just do car reviews, we do race reviews, we do travel segments. Basically, I take you on a journey with me as I travel around and enjoy beautiful scenery like this. Massive shout out to the guys from Jeep Greece for the use of the Jeep Avenger, the brand new mini SUV from Jeep. It's been a load of fun, and I'll catch you on the next one.